Welcome everybody out there to the internet, not to the internet because you're already on the internet.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet. We're glad to be your host to the internet. Actually, this is the recording of episode 74.
What if we were the hosts of the internet?
Oh, wow. Maybe we are the hosts of the internet. Maybe like some alien race will see this and go, Sis and Big Pops, they are so cool.
Aliens exist.
They're the hostess with the most.
Government told us so.
We're going to talk about aliens later on today.
Okay, right on.
But until then, this is episode 74 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. As always, I am Big Pops, aka Mosaic Fan Art.
Hi, sweet friends. I am Hannah Jo, aka Sis, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
That's right, guys. We are family friendly, and we're going to talk about today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about some Turner family favorite movies later in this podcast.
Heck yeah.
But until then, Hannah, tell everybody what we do here.
Yes. So today we are going to.
We are failing miserably as the host of the internet.
No, we rock at the host of the internet, Dad. We are going to talk about some nerd news. I only have a couple pieces just because I literally wrote not much fun news. So I have two pieces to tell you.
I have two pieces. What if they're the same two pieces? That would be terrible.
That would be terrible. We have a couple pieces of nerd news that we're going to talk about. Pops is going to share his pull list with us. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. We'll describe it. We're going to talk about what we've been watching, as well as kind of explain. I'm going to tell Dad about a TV show that I just binged, and he's going to tell me about a TV show that he just binged, and we're going to decide if it's worth watching or not. And then we're going to talk about some Turner family favorite films that were watched on vacation. And they honestly are movies that we watched over and over again.
Yes.
From my childhood to adolescence.
Dog in the background? We have a puppy now, and she is barking up a storm.
Well, I just heard my cat use the litter box, so.
We are animal friendly too. Meow.
All of your pets are invited.
All right. Well, let's jump into, I want to call this something different, like news to us. I don't know, because it's really not news.
News to us.
What's what news to us? Let's jump in with our nerd news. What do you got, Hannah?
Okay. Disney is coming out with a box set. It's called the Legacy Collection.
And it is
100 animated movies for their 100th anniversary. All the way from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in the 50s to Elemental that was released this year.
How much?
Do you want to guess?
I'm going to guess. How many movies? 100?
100.
Are they on DVD, or is this a
DVD,
VHS, or is this a digital download?
What if it was a VHS? I think they're all DVDs / Blu-ray. A physical copy you put in a thing.
$1,000.
$1,500.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
$1,500. That's $15 a movie.
But I want to know, are they going to be like some of the Disney films that you go back and watch I loved as a kid? Now I go, oh, that might be slightly inappropriate. Now, are they going to cut some of that stuff?
I don't know.
Or will they leave it in?
I don't know. I jokingly wrote down, I might try to convince Trevin that this is something that we want, because he doesn't want us to have Disney Plus. And I'm like, so we don't need Disney Plus if you pay $1,500 to buy me a box set.
That's crazy pants. 100 DVDs. Wow.
100 DVDs. But I looked, and it's all like Atlantis is in it. Treasure Planet. Girls got priorities. Atlantis, Treasure Planet.
Tell you what
Hercules.
Trevin's going to say.
Trevin
Let's go to the half price bookstore and just buy them for $4 a piece.
I looked at him and he was like, I was like, how much do you think it was? And he's like, $200. And I just laughed.
He really thought 1,000 of them or 100 was going to be $200.
I think he was just talking to me to be nice.
I got you. I understand. Absolutely. Wow. That is crazy.
The Legacy set.
The Legacy
Collection.
Well, somebody will buy them. It won't be me. I mean, not every movie I want, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if I had an outrageous amount of money, I would do it. But then
Yeah.
again, I don't have the money that like what's his face had to buy the Magic the Gathering One Ring card.
Post Malone. That was
Yeah,
Post Malone.
Post
Isn't that
Malone.
cool though?
That
And
is
I
cool.
looked at the list because I was like, these are going to be some lame films that nobody wants to watch. But the first one was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and
Well, that's the
Frozen
first
was
one,
in
right?
it.
Well, they're all
Frozen
in it,
was
I'm
in the
guessing.
list. All of the Pixar movies are in the list.
Jungle
All
Book,
of Jungle Book was on the list. Beauty and the Beast, Little
Oodalali.
Mermaid, Aladdin. Oodalali. They were Robin Hood. All they were there. Fantasia 2000 was on there.
Oh, okay.
They were all on there.
That's a weird movie.
I love that movie.
I think it's weird.
I used to put it on. I loved the hippos that did ballet.
Well, I get that. The hippos that did ballet, that would be fun. Yeah.
I loved
That
the
is the
hippos that
fun
did
part.
ballet.
Because you did ballet. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was weird. But
There's
anyway.
lore that the original ballet shoes were made by a cobbler whose daughter was deemed to be the wrong body shape for ballet. And he wanted to give her shoes that would make her look
Wait a
like
minute.
she could walk on air. That's the like lore behind ballet shoes. So hippos doing ballet was fun to me.
Oh, I get it. All right. I was like, were you saying that his daughter was a hippo?
No.
Okay.
But that people wouldn't let her be a ballerina. And he's like, I will make shoes that make you look
Hey,
you can walk on air.
What's that movie that I really liked that wasn't a Disney film about the girl dancing, the ballerina? It was like French movie or something, and I can't remember.
The French ballerina movie?
I think so. It's animated. I really liked it. Oh well. We'll have to figure it out.
No idea what you're talking
No
about.
idea. No idea. Our friend on chat wanted to know if the hippos went to a school to learn how to dance called the Hippo Campus. No, Dave. Hannah's shaking her head no.
Billy.
All right.
Well, I'm
going to give you.
Though.
Okay, so I did not have that as one of my
Okay,
parts.
good.
So I'm going to go with the one that I don't think you would have because my top one you may have.
Okay.
So the 1989 Batman movie is getting a tour with a live orchestra. Mean? They're calling these things DC in concert. Okay. And they were like, somebody was like, that sounds awesome. And I'm like, aren't we already doing this with other movies? Like literally, you know what was this past weekend up in Cincinnati?
What?
The Princess Bride with the live orchestra.
Stab twist. Here's the thing. If you would stab twist, I would have gone to see it. Have you seen if you see How to Train Your Dragon live in concert?
Like
I want
cartoon,
to know about
they
it.
show the cartoon.
Yes, they show the cartoon and do the orchestra. Because
so
Trevin would die.
Gotcha. I've seen Black Panther and
saw...
Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
And they were
Which is your favorite?
Oh, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your favorite one.
But so they are touring but it's coming nowhere near us. I mean, the closest.
Not even Nashville?
No.
Really? I'm shocked by that. Ooh, I might
Atlanta, Georgia in February the 2nd. There is one in Kansas City on April the 27th. This is all 2024. My friend CJ that lives in Florida could go see the one on my birthday. Well, the day after my birthday, January 21st, it's going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, but they're in like, they're nowhere near us, which is a little bit disappointing.
Did you see the, that there's Batman Day and
yes.
Batman movies are going to be in Regal Cinemas?
I did see that. The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises, and Batman Begins. Batman. Yeah. Another one.
You do not have my permission to die. The ballerina movie, thanks, Dave, was Leap.
Gotcha.
Love
you
that movie.
watched that when I have seen it, and I thought it was okay.
Oh, I thought it was really good. I
didn't think it was great. Did you watch Riverdance? Because don't. It's on Netflix.
No, is that like the?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it.
Trevin was like, "Why don't we put this on? This seems like something you'd like." It was awful.
Big. That was big. People would go to see this all the time, like crazy pants.
I would go watch Riverdance, actual real life Riverdance. It was an animated movie with river
Oh,
dancing deer.
well, river
It was
dancing
weird.
deer. I thought you meant this was like a documentary about river
No.
dance. That's
No,
horrible.
we watched a child's animated feature called River Dance, and it was
Okay,
not
that's
good.
yeah, bad call,
Don't
Trevor.
see it.
All right. Well, I would go see the Batman if it was around
That'd be
because
fun.
the Danny Elfman music and the 1989 Batman. I mean, 35 years. It's crazy pants. I'm Batman. All right. What's your next piece?
Okay.
Let's see if it's the same as mine.
Probably it isn't.
Oh,
Because I wanted to ask if you've seen the trailer for the upcoming sci-fi epic, The Creator.
I have. You're right. This is not. Yes, I have seen it.
What are your vibes?
Um, I don't know.
I don't either.
So
Thank
for those of you
you.
who don't know, it's a man versus machine, and
Sci-fi, a little
this
girl
well
is
this
a
as a machine. Is she
yeah,
really? I don't understand how a little girl, how a
she's an
machine can be a
android.
little, how an android can be a child. But
Will you just make an android a child in a
yeah,
child
but
body with a
yeah,
child
exactly.
mind?
I don't know. But this child is supposed to unite everything, or maybe not unite everything. And this
Or be the doom of
human
humanity,
or
or
be that right. And this human is, I
is
don't
he
know.
human? Question mark. Who knows? Maybe
Oh
he
yeah.
isn't.
I didn't think about that. Well, that's a bummer.
I don't know about it, Dad. I don't know about it.
I would
I
I
This is how
want
I
to go
feel.
see it. I want to go see it. It
We have
the
Regal Unlimited, so it looks like fun. I
but I
don't
won't go see
maybe.
it because I would have to go see it by myself,
Yeah.
and but yeah, what do you think about it?
I don't know. I think it seems interesting. I don't know how I vibe with The Creator as a title for a movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
I don't
Are we talking
like
about the
that.
person who created
Aided
the
AI? Is it an AI thing? Is it because AI
but
be popping
as a
right now
Christian, it might be cool to go watch and just to see what they're
just to see
thinking.
what other people think? I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I just wanted, yeah, that was my. Have you seen the trailer for The Creator? Because there
I
was a
have.
new clip that
It
came
looks
out.
great. The trailer
It
looks
looks
amazing.
stunningly,
Except for
like
the
visually
like the
outstanding.
like the computer kids all have holes in their heads. That's weird.
Well, I think that's how you're supposed to know that they are not humans.
Yeah, well, that's
Well, because we can make them have holes in their heads, whereas Data was just painted a color and had contacts.
yeah, that was pretty bad too.
I
Oh
mean,
well.
iconic.
It is
Iconic.
iconic. All right. Well, here's my last piece of news, and I can't
Okay.
believe this wasn't one of yours. September 22nd on Netflix, Spy Kids Armageddon.
What?
Bum, bum, bum.
Is Judy Cortez in it?
I don't know. They have not shown it. So what it is it's a mom and dad who have two kids. Something happens, and the kids have to they leave instructions for their kids to get into their spy stuff. The mom and dad are played by Zachary Levi,
Oh,
Shazam,
yes.
Chuck, and Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin.
Beautiful.
They're the mom and dad and two
Beautiful.
young kids. It literally looks like they took 1, 2, and 3 and put them together and created this movie. They something happens with one of the children's video game, and the characters start to basically come out of the video game.
Classic.
Classic. And then they have to go back into the video game.
Man, the stuff Spy Kids had me believing when I was a kid. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah, wasn't the one with Sylvester Stallone where they go into the video game and
Game Over,
and
Spy Kids Game Over?
And like the main guy was Elijah Wood, and he gets cremated.
The guy was Elijah Wood, and he got zapped, let me tell you.
Yeah. So I wonder if either of them will be in it. Yeah, but
Junie Cortez was in the one with Jessica Alba.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked at it on IMDb to see if anybody was credited, but it
Alexa
looks like a fun
Pinavega does a lot of. She acts still.
Is she married to Taylor Lautner now or whatever?
Alexa off.
Alexa.
was in a training when I was in a training and a man was like, I'm gonna wreak havoc on all your all's lives, and then said the word that turns on the devices, play whale noises. And Girly Pop just started, and I was like,
That's
he needs to
hilarious.
stop. He did
Okay,
it
so
3 times.
you were talking about,
Did it 3 times.
okay, that guy should have been punched in the nose.
Oh my goodness.
All
Alexa
right.
Pinvega married Carlos Pena, who was the guy who always
Oh.
wore the helmet in Big Time Rush.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
But anyway.
But
So yeah.
they got married and they mushed their names together. So now it's Carlos, because it was Alexa Vega and Carlos
Gotcha.
Pena, and now it's Carlos and Alexa Pena Vega.
I like that.
I do too.
So when you wake up and you remember the 21st night of September, you can watch Spy Kids Armageddon.
You said it was September 22.
Yeah, it's the day
when
after
I'm remembering
the 21st night of September.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I remembered another piece of news.
Oh, what is that? It was like you were like, something happened. It was something.
I was so sad about it.
Go.
They pushed Dune back.
Well, I get it.
Dune is like March now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I just rewatched it, honestly. Well, that's a bummer. I
get it.
Honestly, good, because now I can maybe make a Dune mosaic for the March Comic-Con.
That'd be
cool.
Fun. That would be cool.
Yep.
March Comic-Con ready. Okay.
I'm getting glass tomorrow, actually.
Boo.
All right. Oh, some news. I was on Faith and Fandom podcast. It dropped today, which is, what is today? September 12th. So you can check it out on the Love Thy Nerd podcast
network,
system, whatever it's called, network, whatever. Yeah. All right. Hannah, this is the part where we talk about what we have been watching, listening, or reading.
Indeed.
And I've done a lot because we haven't talked.
It's been a minute. I have the highlights.
I'm not going to talk about the one that we're going to talk to each other about.
Okay.
But go ahead. So tell me what the highlights are for you.
Okay. Trevin decided that we had to watch all of the Equalizer movies before we watch Equalizer 3.
I got you. I haven't watched them.
And so I watched Equalizer 1, Equalizer 2.
Did you like it?
1 was better than 2.
Well,
okay. See, our sequels are hard. I get it.
Except Empire Strikes Back.
And honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy had a fire sequel. In my opinion, I really like the sequel. But the Equalizer, they were fun. They were mean. I don't know if fun and mean go together. I would not allow children to watch it. They are rated R films for a reason. Mm-hmm. But if you like an action kind of spy guy vibes, we really enjoyed how they created his character and his personality and his temperament very quickly without saying to you, this is what his character, personality, and temperament is like.
You could figure it out.
You just watched him live his life for the first 8 minutes and you're like, okay, he's a good man. He cares about people well. He is stuck in his rhythms and his routines, and something's going on because he can't sleep. So that was great. You've Got Mail is on HBO Max for all of my fall girlies who think that You've Got Mail and When Harry Met Sally is a fall has to watch movie. They're both on HBO Max.
She has a new rom-com coming out.
She does not.
With David Duchovny from X-Files.
Cool.
Yes. They're like ex-husband, wife, and they get stranded in an airport together.
Oh, no.
It looks cute.
Does it?
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her.
Okay.
She was in 3 rom-coms with Tom Hanks in the 90s.
I only know of 2. Was she in
the third one?
Versus
I'd
the
never
Volcano?
heard of.
Was she in Joe versus the Volcano? Okay.
Yeah. I'd never watched that one.
Yeah.
But I was telling Trevin that she was like the rom-com queen of the 90s.
Yeah. And then also don't forget When Harry Met Sally with Billy Crystal.
Mm-hmm. That's on my list. So when Harry, I'm going to start that when we're finished tonight.
Gotcha.
Because that's also a fall movie.
Right.
I've purchased the box set of Twilight because I couldn't find them anywhere. And so Trevin's like, you're always going to want to watch them every fall anyways. We might as well just buy them. And so I have been watching Twilight on DVD don't worry about it. Zelda, been watching Trevin play a lot of Zelda, and school is back in sesh, which means we are watching Gravity Falls.
Okay. Good deal.
Which, Dad,
Where do you watch Gravity Falls on?
when are you going to watch Gravity Falls?
Where do you watch it?
We have the box set. We have the DVDs.
Okay.
But they're on Hulu.
It's on Disney Plus?
And Disney Plus.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Okay. Hulu with commercials, probably.
Mm-mm.
No. Oh,
No
well.
commercials.
Wowzer. I don't know. I don't know when I'll watch it.
Okay.
I just, you know.
You'd like it. It's so
I
fun
gotcha.
to go back and watch it now that we know, like, because there's
Yes,
a
because you
big
now see
story
things.
that's happening. And so we're watching it and we're like, holy crap. From the beginning, there was this or this. And do you see that window shaped that way? And that man said that thing. And then it comes back to, we were like, ah! It's so cool.
That's awesome.
I've been listening to Good to Great on my commute.
What is Good to Great?
Good to Great, the business book.
Oh,
Uncle
it's a
Wally
book.
gave it to me to read. But I hadn't read it and saw that they had it on Libby. And so I downloaded it. And Good to Great is how it is very hard to take a good company into a great company. Typically, people get stuck in mediocrity, is what the man
Gotcha.
says.
My
talk about-
memoir would be great to awesome. I'm just kidding.
Good
I don't know.
Dave is saying that it was a worthwhile read, and it's very interesting so far. It's read by the author, the book that I'm listening to, and so his inflections are interesting. I know what he thinks is important.
That's cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
Coolio. I have currently I am watching The Last of Us. I didn't think that I would do it.
Are you enjoying that?
It is fairly good. The only problem I don't like about it, and it, of course, this is not for children. The young girl cusses a lot.
She does.
Yeah.
Kids do that when they want to feel grown up.
Yeah, I just don't think it's necessary for the show. But I mean, it is a zombie film basically, but it's a survivalist. You know, what happens at end of time? What would you do? You know, how would you survive? And then and it's based on a video game, which I've never watched, because I don't play video games. So I'm now through episode, I think 5, maybe 6.
Are you enjoying it?
I like it. There are some interesting things in it, and some
Is
things
it
that
as
would
good
be
as
uncomfortable for
Zombieland?
some people. It's nowhere near like Zombieland. Zombieland's a
Man.
comedy. This is not a
Excuse you,
comedy.
Zombieland is a beautiful piece of cinema.
What I didn't realize was the girl from that 70s show is in it.
Donna
redhead.
or Mila Kunis?
Donna.
Donna.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She ain't in it for long.
I bet that.
So, and what's his face? The Mandalorian. He's really good in it.
Oscar Isaacs? No.
Yeah, no. Oscar Isaacs is in another Star Wars. He's in Rogue One, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
No.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, yeah. Pedro Pascal. And the young girl who's in it is really good.
They're both very handsome.
Nick Offerman is in it for an episode.
Nick Offerman is in Gravity Falls.
And it's really good. It's a little bit, maybe controversial for some people, but his character was really well done and I really liked him. But yeah, it's okay. So I would, it is compelling, Dave says, and I agree. It's very,
like thought-provoking.
Some of it is, yeah.
Okay.
The titles of each episode are just perfect. Like the last one I watched was called Endure and Survive. And yeah. So anywho, so I did that. I read a book without pictures.
Good for you.
I know.
Without pictures.
It's the third time I've read this book. So it's not like I read a new book.
Is it the 7 book? The book where things come in 7s?
No, what is that?
The sci-fi space book where there's this obelisk that's coming, but then they determine that it passes by Earth and everything's fine. But then at the very end of the book, they're like, oh no, this culture does everything in 7s.
Oh, it does everything in 3s.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's that one.
7 is also a prime.
It is. You're right. Rendezvous with Rama by
You
Arthur C.
have
Clarke.
read that.
Yes, I've read that. And Arthur C. Clarke, most people know him because 2001: A Space Odyssey. But
Rama?
Rama, So what happens were the setup for this book is that Earth is hit by an asteroid and it like destroys, like, I don't know. It wasn't San Francisco, which I thought would have been funny if it was San Francisco, but like someplace maybe in Russia or something like that, like destroys. So the Earth then comes together as a people, and we're now going to start scouring the skies to keep this from happening again because it could kill. So what they do is they start naming all these asteroids by like Greek gods. Then they go through the Roman gods. Then they go through all of them and they get to like, I don't know. I guess Rama might be an Indian god. I don't know. So they see this, they think it's an asteroid, but it is not. It is a spacecraft.
Sentient being.
But there's no
spacecraft. Okay.
It's a spacecraft. And yeah, it's about that spacecraft coming into Earth, into our solar system and going to visit it and the things that happen. It's really good. I love it. It's in the top 10 sci-fi books of all time. Yeah, so I read that.
Oh, I remembered something.
What?
I read Ender's Game when we're in the car.
Oh, okay.
Anytime we're in Trevin's car, I read a chapter of Ender's Game.
We watched that movie too.
I added it to the list.
Thank you. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been reading Ender's Game, and it is I'm mad. When I read it, I get mad at the guy. Colonel Graff is a turd nugget.
I know. Family friendly.
That was a family friendly way of saying that.
I agree. Yeah. I could tell that just from the movie. You know?
He's worse in the books. He's so much worse in the books. And I'm reading it and I'm like, this is a young adult book because it's about a 6-year-old. So you're like thinking that it's going to be
Ender's 6?
He's 6 in the books.
Like
in the books, he is 6
first
years old.
grade?
Yes.
Holy
He's
cow.
6 years old in the book.
Oh, wow.
And it is, I'm like, this is a young adult fiction book. You should be in late middle school, early high school reading this book. And then we decided that I'm going to have to read all of the books that our children read before they're allowed to read them, which I read very fast. So I'm capable of doing that.
We wouldn't. It's pretty much what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for
all of
you.
them. Every single one. Well, I read really fast. Can't keep up.
I've been reading a bunch of different. I started reading a comic book series called Black Science. It's 43 issues, and I found like the whole compendium on Hoopla. It is by Rick Remender, and his books can be a little bit crazy. But anyway, it's
like
about
vinyl crazy or like
no, like you don't really know what he's trying to say until you get to the end.
Until you're at the end. Okay. But
this makes sense. This is really about multiverse jumping. And it goes completely awry. Like they get a virus in one time and they accidentally start taking it to all the different universes. And then they go back and try to fix it. And then other people are trying to get the stuff and people are dying in it. This is immature. It is an adult comic book. I've started reading it and then I stopped. And I started again and I've stopped. Okay. So who knows if I'll finish it.
It's back and forth.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that Exiles comic book where they all go to different planets and then that one guy brings back a disease and killed my favorite character.
Yep. True. Yeah. This is these people don't have superpowers. They are just regular people.
They're just humans.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
so
do some harm, multi-jumping. Even if you're a human.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm sure I'm missing stuff, but that's really what stuck in my head the most. Yeah. Fair. Hannah, what do you want to do?
We've been talking for 30 minutes. Do we want to do? I don't know, Pops.
Let me do my comic books real quick.
Okay,
I'll be quick about them. I'm going to do little.
What's
blurbs.
A pull list?
A pull list is a list of comics that you give your local comic book distributor, who will pull them and put them in a file for you so that they are there and you will not miss an issue.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know it was bad. These are literally, I think, all number ones.
Hey, number one.
Okay, so my Marvel book is The Immortal Thor issue 1.
Okay.
They have relaunched Thor, so this is a good jumping on point. And this is by the author Al Ewing, he wrote The Immortal Hulk.
We read that.
Yes.
That was an interesting book.
Yeah, this seems to be bringing Thor back to his roots. I really enjoyed it. This first issue was a thick boy because it was a big one. But yeah,
How
I
much
would
was the thick
suggest
boy?
$6.99.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, most comics now,
Ooh.
the cheapest you'll get them for is $3.99. So
Have you read this?
what is it? Barnstormers. You can read Barnstormers for free on the Kindle app.
Interesting.
I did read the first 2 issues. It is by, if I'm not mistaken, Scott Snyder.
It's Dark
Isn't it?
Horse.
Isn't it by
Yeah.
Scott Snyder?
Scott Snyder
who
and
did
Tula
Clear.
Lotte.
He did Clear, the
Oh,
book that we
see?
reviewed. And
Yeah, it looked cool. So Trevin put it on my stack.
yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
My DC book is another issue 1, but it's just a one shot. Oh, that comic book fell. It is called Batman. There's a lot of words. Batman / Catwoman, the Gotham War Battle Lines.
Batman / Catwoman. The
The
Gotham War.
War Battle Lines.
Man, why they gotta do that to me?
Here's the deal. We just got done with that stupid Night Terrors thing where everybody with a dream creature was out there and everybody. So the dead man took over Batman's body, right?
Yes.
We talked about that.
Yes.
So Batman was like the only one. He was awake forever.
Yes.
So what happened after it was done, he collapses and he sleeps for 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks he's been out. He just wakes up. And what has happened in that time is Catwoman has basically taken over because the Joker's out, the Penguin's out, and Catwoman has taken over the crime, basically. What she has done is she's taken all these henchmen that have worked for all these big, for like the Penguin, the Joker, whatever.
Says you work for me now.
Taught them how to be cat burglars and told them, we Robin Hood. We only steal from the rich. Okay. We do not kill. We do not hurt people, and nothing is worth dying for. So she's like, I'm going. And so while she's been in charge, like crime in Gotham has dropped like 70%.
And then Batman comes back and is like, you can't be doing this.
Batman says, you can't be doing this.
And
she's like,
and Catwoman said, I fixed it.
But the thing is, some of the Bat family, she brings all the Bat family together and says, this is what I'm doing. And like Batman's like, you can't do this. And Jason Todd, who is Red Hood's like, sounds good to me.
He's like, I don't care.
Tim Drake goes, it makes sense. But so
then
like
Batman's mad.
And
like,
everybody else is like, Nightwing's like, no, this is not right. Batman's like, my family was rich. And so this is going to be a big thing between him.
my
the issue ends with one of her thugs that she's trained had broken into a house and was stealing something, and the owner comes in and shoots and kills the person.
So
who knows how that's going to work. All right, my independent is from Image.
Ooh, we love.
And I've already talked about this book before. It's called Local Man.
Have.
This is Local Man Special, the gold issue. So what they did back in the 90s is they would print these big comic books out, and they'd have like a gold foil cover, it was like a gimmick to get you to buy the book.
Yeah.
But this is really, really good. Local Man. Everyone should be reading Local Man. It's about a guy who used to be a superhero and now he's not. And this literally brings in a bunch of characters from old Image comic books from the 90s.
Oh, that's fun.
It's like an Exiles group. They're all brought in from time.
Yay.
They even pull in a character who just was introduced in a new Tom King book called Everlasting Love. And they introduce a character who hasn't had a book yet. So they're like, she will eventually have a comic book. So it was really good. If you love old Image and you like this type of stuff, it's a great story.
Right on.
It's so good. So good. All right. So I'm going to do
new
my
number
new number
one. New number one.
Okay. This is a Dark Horse book.
Okay.
It's called Black Hammer, The End.
Okay. Is it Black Hammer?
Black, BLACK, Hammer, The End. So this Jeff Lemire, the guy who created Sweet Tooth. He has
Ooh.
this Black Hammer universe, basically,
Mm.
which is like his look into comic book superheroes.
Okay,
So
sick.
he has like characters who like would represent like the Captain America or the Thor or the Martian Manhunter, or
Mm.
it's how he thinks that comic characters would deal, whatever. So the Black Hammer stuff is really, really good. But this apparently is the end of the Black Hammer universe, and this is issue 1 of that. So if you don't know the Black Hammer universe, you
Would
probably
you?
lost.
Okay, I was gonna say, would you enjoy it? Probably not.
I don't know if you would or not. I enjoyed it because I'm not 100% familiar with it. I'm about 35% familiar with it, and I enjoyed it. So I
Ooh,
read
Black
the
Hammer.
first, yeah, I read the first couple series. They're like 12 issues each,
Mm,
and then there's like a mini one that's like a 4 issue. They're really good. So yeah, they're worth
cool.
watching.
Fun.
All right, my book of the week.
Book of the week. It's the book of the week.
This is a new number 1 by Marvel.
Ooh.
It's called Unleashed. This
Okay.
is the book that I've been waiting for, that they teased in Thor with all the animals. It
No.
is,
No.
yes, it is
Yes.
fantastic. So the book starts out with Lockjaw, the Inhuman's dog, being captured by Craven the Hunter.
No.
Okay. And then the story completely shifts. And then you've got this junkyard dog with no powers, no nothing, called D Dog, which
Oh
is just
yeah.
dog.
Oh
And
yeah.
she is going around trying to help people. And like there's a little dog that can't find her owner. And she's like, well, we'll find your owner. I'll help you. And she got like a made up mask on it, like she like got on her face at the junkyard or whatever.
She's trying to be super.
She's just wanting to help. So they go in and they like, well, we'll just sniff around and find, and so she goes into the house, and the owner's works for AIM, which is a bad guy. It's like Hydra.
Aww.
AIM. So like, well, we'll got to find them. They're like, well, let's go get some help first. We should get probably the Avengers. So they go and they get Captain Marvel's cat. And then
The blah, cat.
yes, the
Oh yeah.
Flerken.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
And uh oh, the Falcon's Falcon,
Perfect.
who is a snob.
Aw. Rude.
Yeah, thinks he knows. And like, well, I'm a tactician. I've been with the best tacticians forever, and this is what you should do, and everything. And um,
If Secret
and
Life of Pets had superheroes and were
yes, yeah, it is
yeah.
sort of yeah. Red Wing is the name of the hog. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Pet Avengers. But so the issue ends, and they have found something that they weren't supposed to find,
Uh-oh.
and the aim is bringing back Mephisto's son, Dark Horse, and he's like a
Actual horse.
evil god or whatever. And they're like, well, then we need we need a real god to help us. So they're going to Asgard now to get Throg. And I believe they also have to go get Bats, the ghost dog from Doctor Strange too. So listen, this is so sweet, and the D Dog is so great. It's going to be great. So yeah, I can't wait for it. So that's
Everything about that makes my spirit so happy.
all right. So Hannah,
Yes.
that's my books. We are going to run out of time.
We are.
afraid.
What do you want to do? Our movies, or do you want to do our
Let's do our
TV
movies.
shows?
Let's do our
Okay.
movies. We'll talk.
Can
to
I
people
tell
about
you
our
what the
movies.
TV show was that I was? Can we just say what the
No,
TV
well-
show was?
Sure. Yours.
Okay.
Yeah, you tell yours.
Okay, I don't want to tell all of it. I just want to tell
No.
you that I was watching. It was The Vow on HBO Max, and it was a wild ride.
And was it for adults?
Yes, it's a docu-series. Check in with yourself. Watch it only if you're able to.
And my one that I'm watching is Invasion. It's on Apple Plus, and it is about an alien invasion. And yeah, it is up to episode 3, I believe, of season 2. and it is mature. We'll talk
Yeah.
about them later.
Cool.
So we had a family vacation,
We
party of
did.
7, and
Party of 7. First
believe
family
it or
Turner.
not, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go. Believe it or not, what?
Believe it or not, at night we sat around and watched movies.
Well, that's what we do.
I know, it was crazy. I was shocked, but that's what we did. I mean, it was perfect.
Were you shocked? Really?
No, not really.
I
No,
was gonna say
because
I
we were wore
wasn't.
out. I was
Yeah,
beat.
we boogied.
It was hot.
It was
So, but
hot.
so we watched what I would consider, except for maybe one of them,
Yeah.
Turner Staples
Yes.
family
One
movies.
of yes, Turner.
None of them were
Staples.
R.
Nope. Some were PG-13, 2, 3.
And the others were PG.
The others were PG.
And we're going to tell you what they are
Yes.
and try to convince you to watch them on your next family vacation.
Yes.
So, Hannah,
The
what do you got?
The first one, these are in no particular order. These are not in the order we watched them in.
Correct. I know
They're
what the
just in
one we
the
watched
order-
last.
The one that we watched last was Nemo.
Yeah.
Do you want to start there?
That's G.
Nemo's G?
Isn't
Okay,
it?
hey, pop off. I don't know.
No, it started at the beginning.
Okay. Pacifier.
Yes.
Vin Diesel, Pacifier.
It's called Vin Diesel the Pacifier, which means it's a Disney movie, right? It's on
It's
Disney.
not. It's just called The Pacifier, but on the DVD, it said Vin Diesel really big
Yes.
above the pacifier. And so we
Yes.
thought the title of the movie was Vin Diesel, the Pacifier, not knowing that the man in the movie was Vin Diesel.
Yeah, but they do that all the time. Like Walt Disney's it's Vin Diesel the Pacifier.
It's Vin
That's what made
Diesel.
me think of that.
It's Vin Diesel, the Pacifier.
So if you guys have never seen the Pacifier,
It's
Vin Diesel the Pacifier, it's a fun movie. I mean, it's for
fun.
kids.
It is.
It is not for people who are 20 something and older, 22 and older.
Yes, it is.
We watched it, the whole thing, and
Classic. Trevin had never seen it. And I don't know if Corey had seen it either.
I don't know if they paid attention. Did they pay attention?
Trevin was like, yeah, it was good for a kids movie.
Yeah, it was good. So the pacifier, Vin Diesel plays like a Navy SEAL who has to basically be a Mr. Mom for a family whose dad was killed and has a special spy solving thing hidden somewhere.
Has a spy software because he was
Yes.
he made computer stuff for the government, and then
Right.
he got lost. I
Yeah,
don't think he
And
passed
they don't
away
even
pretty
talk
quick.
about that much, do they? Like, there's
Well, they
no
do.
trauma.
They talk
Very
about how the
little.
kids are the grown kids are like not dealing with it well, and she's like, "You're not my dad." He's like, "I'm not trying
I
to be your
guess.
dad." So
I
I mean, they
guess.
touched on it, but not as deep as maybe they
Right.
would doing it now.
So
But it's funny. It's kind of action adventure-y, kind of fun. They have a lot of like really classic lines in it. Red baby, and with the
yes,
with the
I like it
smelly
when
diaper.
when the quote unquote Girl Scouts whip the Boy Scouts with their ninja moves taught by Vin Diesel, the
What?
pacifier.
What
What are they called?
What lights in a jar until they're
Oh, yeah.
dead?
Yeah,
Fireflies.
fireflies. Yeah, that's what they're called, fireflies instead of Girl Scouts.
Fireflies. There's
Oh,
there's a
gosh.
musical component,
Yeah, I know,
if you
because
will.
first of all, you think the boy's joining the skinheads, but no,
But
he's gonna
not.
he
He's
is 16 going
He's
on
just gonna be in
17,
Sound of Music the musical.
which is terrible.
It's
singing is
very
horrible.
cute.
It is
Uh,
cute. And I think it's bad for a reason, because it's supposed to be like, it is amateur. The dude who plays Everybody Loves Raymond, who plays the brother on Everybody
Awful.
Loves Raymond, the Merminator,
Awful.
even he has
Pacifier.
a redeeming part at the end. He plays the nun. You
Just
know,
do
what do you
this.
solve? How do you solve a problem like Maria?
In front of everyone.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So there you go, guys. That is PG, I
I
believe.
love it.
And it
Yes.
is a fun family movie for older kids. For
It is.
you know, for young kids, they would enjoy it. It's fun because
We watched that. That was a Turner movie night movie. That was a
okay,
Friday night pizza rug kind of movie.
gotcha. Okay, next movie, Hannah.
Sky High, aka High
High
Sky.
Sky. I
Because
remember
when
we
we were
watched that in the
little,
theater
we
in
did.
Sarasota. We went to the theater and saw that in Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah. I thought that we'd end up seeing the Meg last when we were on vacation, Meg 2, but we didn't. We were
I
too
didn't
far
know
away.
it was out. We
It
could
was
have gone and
out.
seen that. That would have been awesome. Brad
But yeah,
Garrett is the guy's name in the pacifier.
Sky High, aka High Sky, is it is superhero high school for kids who are children of superheroes. And they get immediately divided into heroes or sidekicks. And it creates this interesting division and chaos.
It is, and which is so funny because I was like, of course it's high school, right?
Yeah.
Of course you would
immediately,
immediately.
day one, you're a superhero, you're a sidekick. Actually, it's hero support.
And that was done by Boomer, played by Bruce Campbell. I mean, the cast in this, not only that, who plays
The principal.
Warren Peace, Warren Peace?
Holden.
James Holden from The
Expanse. That's not his name.
Yeah,
that's the character he plays.
But,
I don't know the actor's name.
Mary something Winstead, right? She plays. Yeah, she's the girl. She's the girl from Corey's favorite movie, Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, she was Ramona, and in this one she's that they have the pacifier in this one too.
Oh, they do. That's the theme.
They have a pacifier in this one too.
That's cool. The pacifier turns all the adults
into babies.
Young. They have there was a comedy troupe called Kids in the Hall, and they had two members of Kids in the Hall in it, Mr. Medulla and Mr. Boy.
Sidekick.
Is it
Mr. Boy?
Mr. Boy.
You can call me Mr. Boy.
Mr. Boy. Yeah, they're both
Kurt
from
Russell, the
Kurt
lady
Russell.
who's the original Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter.
I don't know her name.
Linda Carter, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Kurt Russell's wife is in the
Goldie
movie.
Hawn wasn't in it.
No. It's not Kurt Russell's wife. The guy who plays
they're
Kurt
not married.
I know. It was John Travolta's wife who just passed. I
Oh,
believe.
really? Did she pass away?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really sad.
But listen, this movie is great.
Also,
great
iconic lines. Sidekick.
Yeah, and you fall in a vat. What's the guy? Horace Leachman is in this movie. Horace Leachman? Like who? You don't know who
you can either get bit by a
radioactive
insect or fall into a vat of toxic waste.
What's his name?
Ron Wilson, bus driver. Ron Wilson.
Who apparently, I didn't know, has a big part in some other thing that Trevin knew all about. I can't even remember. Yeah.
I have no idea.
So anyway, Sky High. Great
iconic
movie. It's PG,
classic.
PG-13, PG probably.
They have great you like the music in it. I remember
the
that as a
music was
kid.
very 80s. Spandau Ballet.
I'll stop the world and melt with you.
That was at the end. Yeah. So good. So good.
But so our main protagonist, Will Stronghold, has not developed his powers yet, and his parents are the two greatest superheroes. And so he has a lot riding on him.
Yeah, he does. And so I think it sums it up the best at the end where he said, my best friend becomes my girlfriend, my enemy becomes my best friend, and my girlfriend becomes my enemy or something.
Yeah, he's like, it's high school for you.
It's high school for you. That's great.
It's funny.
All right. What was the next movie?
Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, I hate to admit this, but Day After Tomorrow is a movie that I own 2 DVD copies of. I love Day After Tomorrow. Wait,
I think we watched it because we were talking about it at lunch, and it was so hot that we were just like, let's just watch Day After Tomorrow.
Because everybody freezes to death.
Everybody freezes to death in it.
So we love Day After Tomorrow. I remember the build up for that to come out to the theater. Of course, you were too young to watch it in the theater.
I didn't get to go watch it with you, but
yeah,
I watched the DVD. We have it at the house.
Yeah, and luckily it's LA that bites it in this one and not San Francisco. But all the tornadoes. The guy that gets, you're on TV, and then so if you guys don't know that The Day After Tomorrow is a Roland Emmerich destruction movie. That's all you got to know.
That's it, man.
And
that's
the world,
man.
It's because of this desalinization of the ocean currents. And
And so
Fro-
what the Earth decides
Bilbo's
to do
in it.
is take air from the ozone
The stratosphere or whatever,
to
and brings it down
freeze
like
the
it.
planet. And so
Yes.
it's like a hurricane on land with ice.
Yes. And it's
And it
you feel
makes
so bad
no
because
sense.
he's trying to tell. I love the dude. He's trying to tell the people don't go outside, but they go
Oh
anyway.
man. And they don't listen to him.
And then
That
the
part
atheist
always
who
gets
saves the
me.
Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
I liked how the snot kid, the kid that you think is going to be a turd,
punk
snooty
is not.
kid, is like really generous and kind.
I love that
There's
too.
a high schooler who's really interesting. And
Yeah,
Trevin was
really
like,
the only person that's a butthead in it is the vice president.
the vice president sucked in that movie, man.
Thank you, family friendly. You're riding the edge.
Oh,
He was a
sorry.
butt, but he did have redemption at the end.
He learned
Mhm.
at great cost.
Yeah. So if you'd have listened,
He was-
before, this wouldn't have happened.
He was a
So yes, it's a world. It is a end of the world, but there is still hope, and the
I like
music
it.
is so good.
The music is beautiful. I love the father son
Yeah.
moments that happen. I think are really
Mhm.
sweet. Like a lot of the movie is a father going to save his son, which is
Right.
very sweet, even though they have a tumultuous relationship. So that's very beautiful.
Yeah, I know it was good. All
Yeah.
right, next movie, Hannah.
Nemo.
Oh, I don't know why we decided to
Another
watch
father
Finding
son.
Nemo.
Trevin wanted to watch Nemo.
Is that what it was?
N-
Oh,
yeah.
it was so
For
good.
4 days. He was like, "Can we watch Nemo? Do you think that we could watch Nemo?
Of
We're at the
course,
beach. What if we watched Nemo?"
absolutely. I mean, give me some shell, dude.
Oh man.
And
I
then,
remember when Nemo came out in theaters at 10th Frame Cinema that they
Mel
had a
Sterling.
velvet rope because there were so many people that wanted to watch the movie. We had to get lined up in a line before we were
Oh,
allowed
wow.
to get in.
The day of velvet ropes are over. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Velvet
I like
ropes.
the velvet rope.
We stood in line and everyone, because there was no assigned seating, you just sat where you sat. And so everyone was like, like slow motion, fast
It-
running
it-
to
it
get a
was
good spot
hilarious,
to
like-
Nemo.
like Mel Gibson in that in the freedom running the yeah.
Yeah, I made Trevin get rid of the Braveheart poster from the kitchen.
Oh well, I can
Um,
imagine that being in the kitchen.
It was. Okay, if you don't know Nemo, go watch Nemo. What are you doing?
Kidding me? It's like one of
Um,
the best G-rated movies of all time.
But Nemo is a story about a father who loses all of his children and his wife in one fell swoop, except for one.
Welcome to
and
Disney
his-
movies.
And
Pixar
his son
movies.
has a physical disability. And so he is very
Overprotective.
protective. Oh, and overprotective of his
Come
son.
out. Come in. Come out. Come into the anonymity. Come out.
Very,
Come in.
very overprotective. And his son, in a moment of rebellion, gets stolen by a scuba diver and taken to 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney,
Sydney.
Australia. And so he goes on an adventure to save and rescue his son.
Marlin does, yeah.
Marlin does.
Which is funny. He's named after a very like those big pointy nosed fish,
Yeah,
of
Marlin.
game fish, and he gets Dory, the short-term memory fish,
Short-term memory loss
played
fish.
by
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres. There are some huge stars in this too.
Mine?
Like mine. I mean, huge stars that are doing voice acting in this, and yes, I love it when he says, "Oh, and by the way, I met a sea turtle. He was 150 years old."
Sandy
goes,
Plankton
"Sandy-
said,
Sandy Plankton.
I swam halfway across the ocean, and you're going to take what Sandy Plankton had to say?
Oh, it's so good. So
Aw,
good.
it's such a sweet, sweet, sweet movie.
And then our friend Dave just said, Alexa plays slow talking whale sounds.
Where are we going?
So good in that. So good in that. And I love the story, how, basically it's like, oh no, I heard all about this guy who's coming, I
to
heard
save
a
his
story
son.
about your dad. I've heard the
Get
story
in my mouth if you want
if you
to
want
live.
to live. He's like, what?
You're like, no,
All right. Do we have two more movies?
Two more. Knight's Tale.
Oh, you did that. You saved the other one for last. I was hoping you
Oh,
saved
okay.
Knight.
No, let's do Ender's Game first. Ender's Game.
Ender's Game.
I have no idea why we watched this movie.
Ditto.
I have no
It's
idea
not
why
a
we
Turner
watched it.
classic.
I'd never seen it before watching it at that point, and I was angry the entire time.
Anger's Game. Anger's Game.
Ender's Game.
So it was based off a book. Thought they were going to do a huge group of these movies. It did not do well. Haley Seinfeld or whatever.
Haley Seinfeld is in it. Viola
Moses.
Davis.
Yes. Harrison Ford. Ben Kingsley. There are people on there who have, but.
And that kid that was in all of the movies who played Ender.
Asa Butterfield.
He's been in so many childhood movies.
And then who that is?
I have no idea what his name is.
I think it's Asa Butterfield.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yeah. So
it was it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
No.
I think it was the content that I had issue
I didn't
with.
like the fact of them teaching kids to kill all these people and they thought they were playing a video game.
But they didn't think that it was real.
Right. I didn't like that. And I didn't know that because I watched this movie without reading the book. And
I knew
right?
the punchline. I knew what the punchline was.
I
knew the entire time. And I didn't say anything because I didn't want to ruin it if anyone else didn't know it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But
so
I don't know. It was an interesting movie. It was an interesting concept. The concept is we live in a society where we have made alien contact. The aliens were hostile and they tried to get everyone. They
hostile?
They were. When they originally came, they were hostile. And then we beat them and they left. And in the past 80 years, they determined that they need
to wipe them
we
out.
Need what?
To wipe them out. Yeah.
We need to win. Because they're going to come back and we need to be able to beat them. And the way that they had determined that to do that, and they get into this more in the books than in the movie, they determined the way to do that is to have kids that are bred to be soldiers and are monitored from birth to determine if they have the qualifications and special skills, because kids' brains are more cognitively flexible than adults' brains because they're developing, and to develop them into what they want them to be.
Thank you, brain psychomonologist.
Well, I mean, it's just true.
I know.
Kids are more likely to have weird, interesting, lovely, beautiful ways to solve problems, and grown-ups are more of just like, this is the way that I've done it before, and this is the way I'm going to do it now. Whereas kids haven't done it before, and so they are like, we can do this way, we can do that way.
Right, makes sense.
But
yeah. So we watched it.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It was interesting. I mean, I enjoyed it, but
the guy who was there was a mean guy.
Moises Alou.
The Moses guy.
And the dude who I thought would be great as Ben Grimm was in it.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's Jeopard. Big guy on.
I was thinking you're
Sweet
Jeopard
Tooth.
when you talked about Sweet Tooth. I was like, there's Dad's fave Ben Grimm. That it won't
bring
be.
It back in. I know. Anyway. All right. The last movie we watched on vacation, and this is definitely a Turner staple.
It is Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale. You'd be surprised how many people have never heard of this movie.
Trevin's dad had never seen it. We watched it last Christmas.
I was like, really? I mean, it has a loaded group of people in it, plus 2 people from The Holiday. But I mean, Heath Ledger, Alan Tudyk, Paul Bettany, the other dude I know,
the curly-haired Jasper, the curly-haired mean guy from The Holiday,
the mean guy, and
then the girlfriend
lady
who sucks at The Holiday.
She was really bad at The Holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Knight's Tale is a, I don't know how would you explain it?
So A Knight's Tale is a story of unlikely friends who band together to see if they can change their circumstances in life.
They change their stars. So they basically, one of them takes on someone else's identity as a knight, which is a
This
offensive.
takes place in England in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
No, less
And
late 1700s.
I don't know when it is, the 200s, who knows? But anyway, um, the fun. So yeah, the fun thing about it is that it is like modernized to a point. Like these jousting tournaments, there are people with their face painted like you would see at a football game. There's a lady like selling like turkey legs in the stand,
Yeah.
like you
He's
would
like
find.
turkey leg, hot wine, turkey leg, hot
Yeah, which
wine.
is funny. I mean, and the music is like We Will Rock You, David Bowie, Golden Years. How they like take like a medieval sounding uh song and weave in Golden Years. Next thing you know, they're dancing to David Bowie. Yeah,
We
Rufus
love
Sewell is the dude's name with the curly hair who plays the villain,
he
and just
is an
about
excellent villain. I would
he
not
is.
trust him as a leading man ever. But he
I
is an
don't know that he's.
iconic
I've only
villain.
seen him in 2 movies, but so we love it. I love this movie.
We
I'd
love
watch
this
it
movie.
over and over and over again.
Same.
Like
I've watched it so many times.
Yeah,
I have a
and
visceral memory of you putting foam rollers in my hair
oh, I let you see
while
Paul Bettany's butt.
we watch this movie. Yeah,
This is PG-13. You do see Paul Bettany's rear end.
you do. You see his rear end,
Yeah, he is Chaucer, which is
which is
hilarious.
hysterical.
A famous author that
He's a
he
gambling
wasn't
addiction.
famous there. Yeah, but it's gone quick.
Yeah.
And they pick up the female metalsmith
Yeah, who does Nike?
who does the 2 Nike swooshes. That's hilarious.
Ridiculous.
I know. And listen, Alan Tudyk. I think this was my first big introduction to him.
He's funny.
It's called a lance.
Hello.
Better than a boy with a stick. It's called a
It's called a
lance.
lance. Hello.
Hello. And
then Chaucer's like tirades about how wonderful his man is. You've been weighed, you've been measured, and you've been found
wanting. Can't do what cause he hits like a girl.
Twirly, twirly, twirl.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a sweet movie. It has a great ending. It's heartfelt. It's funny. There's adventure. There's romance. There's comedy.
That sounds like a Princess Bride, doesn't it?
True love, a prince in disguise.
There is a prince in disguise. Honestly. And that guy's famous too. I can't remember his name now. Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
He's in a lot of stuff. The guy that plays Prince Edward. Yeah. Yeah. So
and the father, Will Thatcher.
Yes. I like that.
Thatcher's
you
son.
Can't change your stars. So anyway.
Oh.
Turner movies on vacation.
Turner movies on vacation. Man. We hit some big ones. Pacifier, High Sky, Day After Tomorrow, Knight's Tale. All we needed to watch was, what movie am I thinking of?
Princess Bride? No.
Nope.
I don't know what.
National Treasure.
Oh.
That's the one we missed. We missed National Treasure.
We watched that flipping Ender's Game. We should have watched National Treasure.
Should have watched National Treasure.
Nicolas Cage. How do we miss a Nick Cage movie?
Nick Cage.
What the heck, man? Goodness gracious.
We like Nick Cage. Do you remember when we watched Willy's Wonderland?
I do. It was a great movie.
I think about that movie sometimes.
I do too. It's fun.
It was so funny. I might watch it again.
I know.
It's coming up on Halloween. That might be a fun one to watch.
And I liked The Pig. It's not a funny movie, but
I don't need sad right now.
I know. It is sad, but it is so well done. He says that's like one of his favorites.
Really?
I can see why. Yeah, because it's so good.
Did you watch The Immeasurable Weight of Massive Talent?
No, I can't find it. It's not on anything.
It's hysterical. You just need to rent it.
Let me tell you what I bought.
What?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Really?
I watched it 3 hours long. It's so good.
Fun. Good for you.
It's so good. Yeah.
If I'm going to watch a 3-hour long movie, it's going to be the extended edition of my DVD set of Avatar.
No, thanks. The Ugly is the dude who's the old guy that gets swimming lessons in The Holiday.
Aww.
I showed mom a picture of Clint Eastwood back then. I said, look, she goes, yep, he was good looking.
Have you seen Scott Eastwood? Man's got
They
good
look,
genes.
they look an awful lot alike.
Handsome.
Hey, did you know that diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes.
Getting on to me for my family friendly telling a potty joke.
Listen, my friend Dave on the chat says that his favorite Nick Cage movie is Raising Arizona, and we all
That's one
know
of your
that
top 5 favorite movies of all time.
top 5 movie of all time, Raising Arizona.
They didn't. They wanted. We'll go take one. They got too many
Yeah,
that they can
they
handle.
got too many. Get back up there, high. Don't you come down without a baby. But honey, that was all over me. Anyway, Hannah.
Yes. Friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Pops, it's been good to chitter chat with you. It's been a minute.
I'm so fun. We're going to talk about those
Okay.
TV shows
Perfect.
next time.
Hey, our art is created by Nate Turner. He made that in Microsoft Paint. Thanks for making our screen for us, dear sweet brother of mine. Our intro music is created and performed by Brockwell Nason. You can check him out on Spotify. He just had a release of Six Strings and a Broken Heart live that you can listen to on Spotify or Apple Music, and follow him on Instagram at Brockwell Nason Music. He always is doing songwriters or shows in Nashville if you live in the area. I'm in charge of editing and uploading our podcast. Dad maintains our YouTube webpage.
On occasion.
And we have a good time.
We have a good time. That's right.
Yes.
We even have an X account, which used to be Twitter, and I don't do enough on it. But
yeah.
Anyway.
We should just delete that.
I don't know. When we become super famous and we have to have somebody do all of our social media, we'll want that. So let's just.
You're right. There. Okay, we'll just keep it then.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I love you, and we thank you guys for joining with us. And until then, we will
catch you on the flippity
flop.
Bye, guys. Friends. And Facebook and internet and YouTube pallies.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, we hope you have a great day.
Yes. Bye.